Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sabrina Zulfati Azahra, but you can call me Sabrina for short, and with student ID number A320210011. And now, in this video, I will tell you about genre text. And so, I will discuss about kinds of genre text. Here, we only take two types of text from four texts. Okay, what do you know about genre text? Genre text is a culturally specific text type which results from using language or written or spoken to help accomplish something. Text represent discourse if the text is interpreted based on its situation. Text will be meaningless since it is not put according to a situation where one produces the text. Texts are classified into genres on the basis of the intent of the communicator. Based on the communicative purpose to achieve, text varies in the course of its function. It is generic structure, its language feature, and in its contain vocabularies. To communicate purpose, one may construct text in specific structure and use certain linguistic feature together with the properly chosen vocabularies. This chapter presents 13 kinds of text. Number 1, narrative. 2, recount. Next, descriptive, procedure, report, anecdote, hortatory, spoof, explanation, discussion, news item, review, and analytical exposition text. Below is the elaboration of the various texts. Okay, text number 1 is narrative text. Number 1, social function. The social function of narrative text is to tell a story or even using spoken or written language, which function to entertain its readers. Number 2, generic structure. Text elements, content, orientation, and introduction to the characters and setting of the event or story. Events that lead to climax or complication. The events which lead to the climax. The sequence of events may include a description of events as they happen first, next, later, after. Sequence of events particular to each character, while, as, meanwhile, when. Resolution, the solution to the problem or ending. This describes the final. Number 3, language features. The language feature in narrative text use the following: A. Certain nouns as pronouns, animals, and certain things in the story such as maids, step-sisters, housework, etc. B. Adjectives extending noun phrase such as long black hair, to red apples, etc. C. Time connective and conjunction to make event sequence such as then, before that, soon, next, etc. D. Adverbs and adverbial phrase to show event location such as here in the mountain, happily ever after, etc. Text number 2 is recount text. Number 1, social function. A type of recount text tells past events which happen is a sequence. Text is that both tell the past events. The two texts also use past tense, either simple past tense or past perfect tense. Beside the two types texts also use chronology of time in telling the past events. Usually, narrative text is found as in story is usually found within biography. 2. Generic structure. The text element, orientation, content, information about an event and the setting of the event. It gives the where or why. Text element events contains a sequence of events which happen in a chronological order. What happened first, next, soon, during, after, later, eventually, finally. And text element closing or orientation contain conclusion or summary of the text of the event. What do you think, feel, or decide about the events which happen? Number 3. Language feature. And the language feature in recontext use the following: number 1. Nouns and pronouns instead of person, animal, or things involved, such as David, the monkey, we, etc. Number 2. Action verbs such as go, sleep, run, etc. Number 3. Past tense such as we went to the zoo, she was happy, etc. Number 4 or action such as and, but, then, after, then, etc. Number 5 adverbs and adverb press to show location, time, and manner such as right here and my house, yesterday afternoon, slowly, often, etc. And the last adjective to modify nouns such as beautiful, funny, childish, tiny, etc. Okay, thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.